I've been telling myself not to try and open this with an impression of the Doctor. I want to say, "Hiya fam!" God, I can't do a Yorkshire accent. Hello! It's now the start of my penultimate term. My goodness. Term 8 of 9. I haven't done a walk and talk in a while, so I thought I would bring you out into the very bare and sort of grey day. It was nice earlier. So how are things different to the blog post I wrote a few months ago? I've moved the mic, that might be a little bit better. Yeah, it feels like a long time ago since that blog post. First term is always hard, but that was a particularly bad one. But I am feeling optimistic about the next one. First of all, I keep admiring myself in the viewfinder because I have this nice new coat. Ah, so pretty. But seriously, curiosity things are almost there. I'm on the brink of being able to tell you where I'm going. Dissertation is not in a great place, but I've still got, you know, enough time to fix that. I did have a good break over the Christmas. That's why I'm optimistic, really. I feel like I have made some mistakes and I've learnt from them, and now over Christmas I've sort of reset. I'm still struggling with some of the issues I talked about in the blog post, that whole thing about being present and just not thinking about the future, trying to hold myself from getting into a mindset of, oh, just let it be over, you know? Oh, I just need to get through it. I'm not sure if I've said it on this channel before, but every time I move between south and Durham and back south again, it feels like waking up from a dream. But that's both ways, so like they're both a dream. I was having this conversation with one of my housemates actually, this idea of, oh, going back to my real life. I think that we all struggle with that sometimes. I suppose in sort of miniature when we go on holiday, but it can definitely feel like that in an academic situation of 3 months sort of slot. And it's a very easy psychological trick to play on ourselves, that some part of our life isn't our real life. And it's like, no, this is my life. Yesterday was my life. Tomorrow is my life. I have one life. Oh, I'm now getting out of breath because Durham has hills. Oh, flat Cambridgeshire. Oh, I'm going to start walking for a bit. Maybe coalesce my thoughts. I'm rambling, I know. So I had a bad first term. I was grumpy, I was tired, I missed morning prayer. Don't tell the warden. But I met all my requirements, you know, I did attend most things I was supposed to be at. I've been having a great time at placement with the army. I must say, getting 2 hours a week with normal people is actually quite a relief. I picked up the camera today because I was thinking, how do I express myself? And I express myself by talking. And I write as well. I use my words, basically. And obviously you use different words when you're writing them in something that no one's going to read compared to saying them to a camera that's going to go on the internet. I think what's going to happen is exactly what's happened the last 2 years. Second term is going to be much better than first term. And it's going to end up being like a bad dream. I'll get my curiosity confirmed. I'll really get someone with the army. I'm going to go on some weekends away. And I think just psychologically it can be so different doing the last 6 months rather than the last year. I think that's such a different place to be in compared to where I was in October. I've got to say, I will miss this place in some ways. I mean, it is gorgeous. Look at the light on that cathedral there. I mean, you know, I'm probably going to get ordained in a pretty damn cool cathedral. Not gonna lie, but I do enjoy Durham Cathedral, and it's quite nice actually that I'll be able to come back here and I'll have a personal connection. Something the discernment process taught me was sometimes it's not ultimately about the things you go through, it's how you deal with what you've gone through. And I didn't go through anything in particular that I can pinpoint, I just had a bad time. So how am I going to deal with it? What have I learned? How am I going to take this going forward? Ultimately, how is this going to make me a better priest? At least I'm looking forward to it. I'm not dreading it. You know, I could have come back and been like, oh, I actually got off the train and I came down the hill and I was like, don't sigh. Don't think, oh no, I'm back. Think, oh good, I'm back. You know, this is home at the moment and it is still going to remain home until I move. So I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting back to placement. I'm looking forward to getting back into the offices, and I will be there, I promise, Philip. And I suppose I am looking forward to the end. The end of things is a thing and an experience, and that makes them important. So I've set off again, one step at a time. This is how we keep going. And like I say, I'm optimistic. I have great friends. I have fantastic family. I have a cosy little room that's mine for the next 6 months, a college community that I am proud to be part of, a wonderful cathedral to which I can escape, and 6 more months. 6 more months of learning, 6 more months of reflecting, 6 more months of getting closer to the priest I'm going to be. One of the things that get me going last term was very much the fact that God had me by the fingernails. His, not mine. And I'm so grateful for the habit I got into last year of doing a sort of examen every day, because it's just so useful to sit and stop and go, oh yeah, God was there somewhere. God's always here. And also, I suppose, hopefully, and I said this last time, so don't jinx it, but hopefully I shall get to the end of having to do proper academics. Huzzah! Oh. So if you are watching this at the start of 2020, Happy New Year. I'll keep you posted.